my stream even working? Okay. Hello, hello. Going to go over my GSL games. And I'll post to YouTube it later as well. Why is it all mixed up? Randomized. So I don't know which game is which. Game 1 was on... Against Cure was on... I want to say it was on Winter. No, it was definitely not on Winter. It was on Taito. So... we should go over this one. I think this game... I had a pretty strong lead and then I kind of threw it away. And then I kind of won because I had a really nice micro moment, but it was a very risky situation, so I shouldn't have never have gotten there. He opened up his proxy racks, which is very unpopular now, and it doesn't really work out for him. It's really bad because the new stalker build time is just too fast. So this tends to not be a good build anymore. Even if he kills... well, he even lost his Reaper actually, so... it was really bad. And I saw he went for a Cyclone follow-up. Which I have nothing to worry about. I have a battery even, so the Cyclone wouldn't do anything. And it kind of just goes into a normal game where I'm up like 11 workers already. So this is like a very strong start. I also don't have to worry about tank push because he basically does not have a entire barracks producing this entire time because it has to float back home. So you really don't have to care about like tank push after this kind of opening. At least not an early tank push. So if their base is probably fine. And I think I'm doing everything right here. Just poking with the stalkers is good. Keep track of the army is the most important part there. I should probably read chat while I'm doing this because I'm doing it live. I mean, I don't know if I have any chatters, but just in case there are questions I can answer. So yeah, I'm just poking and doing damage. I already have a Colossus. I mean, I should be able to really jump him here, realistically speaking, because he has no units. But the anti-armor missile was like pretty much perfect, so I don't actually have to full commit here and get out of that cyclone range. I think I did okay here. Like maybe I could have done better against the anti-armor missile, but I think it's fine because I'm already up in eco. So just defending is okay, and then I can take the gold base on this map. So I don't really have a timer or anything like to worry about. Then I got double forge because usually these days you don't want to play forge too early because the Terran can go for something pretty aggressive. Like a no eBay push timing. Actually, he went for a no eBay push timing here. So if I went forge, it might have been dangerous. Though I was probably so far ahead that in this particular game, forge is fine, but in the normal game, forge is probably too greedy. If you don't know what your opponent's doing. And this is just like kind of a ridiculous moment where I mean, he probably shouldn't be out on the map, but he probably knows he's behind and has to do something, and letting this gold up is too much. So this was just kind of unfortunate. I don't think I saw him at all. So if you look at this from my POV, this is kind of... it feels kind of ridiculous, I think, that I missed this move out. Because I have so much map control, but I still missed the move out pretty much. And I'm still missing it here, even though his army's over there. So I was pretty shocked when I saw that his army is over here, but... it should still be fine. The Zealot warping getting finished is big. So this is still, like, this is not a great fight for me because my units were split up and I lost a lot of probes in the meantime because I got caught off. But this ended up being like not great for me. But I still have a chance because, well, I don't know, if you just micro well, you have a chance, I guess. It's not like I lost that many army units. I just lost a bunch of probes, which kind of sucked. But yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for the micro, I probably would have lost this game. And I saw someone posted it on Reddit. I didn't think the micro was so good that it deserves to be on Reddit, but I guess I'll take it. And the game is over now, so you don't really need to watch the rest. I mean, I would say, like, if you're an amateur player, in this situation, like, if you know your mining more, you don't need to attack at all, right? So you don't need to, like, rush to end the game, but I killed his third base and just forced him to attack me way out here. And even if I don't win the fight, it's still good enough. Because he just lost all the workers, obviously. So I don't really care about all this as long as I'm not taking the worst fight ever. So that's how the first game went. Second game was not great by him. So he was trying to. So the reason he played like a mediocre build the first game was because he wanted to make me think that the same build was happening in the next game. It was kind of obvious that that wasn't what was going on here. Like, first of all, after the horrible way that build went the first time, I don't think he would do it again. So even though I scouted that he has no barracks at home, I already am thinking that this is probably not Reaper, but rather just 1-1 proxy. And I know he likes to do this as well. So this was like something I expected coming into the match. And against this build, you just want to chrono 2 stalkers out and find the proxy. And if you find the proxy, then it's really good for you, because you can just kill marines for free, basically. And then the natural follow-up is charge instead of robo. If you go robo, you can probably defend, but it gets risky sometimes. But charge is very easy to defend this build. So I think charge is what I would recommend to anyone. It's just the easiest way to defend this build. And because I found his proxy so quickly, this is quite nice. And if you're wondering why I checked here right away instead of everything else, because he sent his marine back to kill my probe. So, and based on the time that it took to get there, like, it has to be somewhat close to his base. Like, if it was over here, his marine's not getting there that quickly, so I just assumed it would be either here or whatever. So I don't really have to, like, actually push. Like, I just need to slow him down. And okay, this looks insane by him, but this makes a lot of sense. Like, he's just worried that I might send these stalkers across the map and start attacking him. So that's why he did this move. And either way, he's waiting for combat show, so it's not like this is a bad move by him. But yeah, I mean, at this point, the variation he went for here takes so long that I already have charge by the time he's hitting me. So this variation is particularly bad against charge. But even if he went straight away, I would have picked off a lot of units with the stalkers, and then I would have had enough time to eventually get charged with the batteries and did stuff like that. So either way, this would be a defense, but this is probably the worst case scenario for him. Honestly, I took this fight pretty poorly, and I still won crushingly. Like, my guardian shield did nothing there, and it still worked. So yeah. So if you see this build on a ladder, I think you guys will know how to defend it next time. Okay, let's go watch some more interesting games. So, okay, I had a series against Beyond, the winner's bracket. And the first map was definitely Winter, right? The series definitely bummed me out. Like, there were some things that went pretty unlucky for me. Or not unlucky, but like... Okay, I turned off the AC, so... Sorry. Not unlucky, but like... Just like kind of sad, you know, that these things happen. I don't actually remember the first game that well. I don't even know what happened here. So he went Marine first expand. It's kind of greedy. He didn't even scout for a proxy, so he wasn't a hello Haume, my top fan. So yeah, if I went proxy here, he would be dead. But obviously, Beyond plays a lot of different builds, so you don't want to play a gambly build like like proxy gateways when that would only work against Marine first. So he got away with like a bit of a greedy build. Oh yeah, he played the Marine drop plus 3 Hellions. This build is pretty strong. It's it just dies to certain, like it would die to like a proxy gate and you go like 3 gate stalker or something, but he did scout for that at least. At least he would have had some info. But yeah, what I need to do against this is make a wall, block out the Hellions, and then I can defend everything that happens in my main. But I didn't rate this as the 3 Hellion build, because usually the Marine comes in the main, and also I just didn't think about it, so yeah, 3 Hellions got in there, and it's pretty much like game over from here, I think. Like I'm actually down for 2-3 workers, so there's not much to watch here. Like if you see Marine first, you see no bunker, then you have to be worried about random builds like this, pretty much. Even getting destroyed by a Raven, so yeah, I'm pretty sure like I just get A moved here. So I feel like these openings just didn't go well for me here, and then it played pretty well, like despite the fact I think the stalker macro there was good, and he kind of wasted a lot of time. But like I even catch him out here, which was nice, and it kind of kept me in the game. But it's still like not even close to good enough. So like I actually dealt with everything really well. But when you just have a bad opening, yeah, there's nothing. So I probably shouldn't have moved out there. Like, but I mean, we don't really need to watch this. I think the game was over like as soon as the 3 Hellions went in. So I don't have much to say about it, to be honest. But yeah, that build is actually made by a European player called Nicorrect. So that build is, I didn't expect it because you don't usually see a lot of people playing this build. It's a bit more of an obscure build. But yeah, I didn't know about it, so I should have been, regardless, I should have been thinking about it. And this game was also very sad because my depth got caught by the Marauder. I was like really prepared that he would go Marauder in this series, like a Marauder opening. So like I was going to like to scout with the Adept and then run away as soon as I see Marauders, but I was like a split second too late with my Adept, so basically my Adept died for free and it was just hard to win from there. So yeah, I pulled back just slightly too late, so everything just died there. I have to build a battery now. If you keep the Adept alive, you could probably skip the battery. That's why it's a big deal. And here I'm expecting 3 racks next. So I actually just blind countered 3 racks, which is nice for me. It's an interesting variation in the build, by the way. I didn't even realize he was doing this like weird variation. But against this, like sentries and batteries should be good. But I wasn't expecting him to move out already, because this is like kind of insane, right? Like you would expect him to attack like at 5 minutes is like the usual timing. So that's why I was very caught off guard by like this. Like this seems so insanely risky, right? Like imagine I'm playing 3 gate blink or something. I mean, he knows I'm going sentry, but like imagine I went 3 gateways before expanding. I mean, he would just be a huge risk. But my blink is not even done because I'm not expecting an attack anytime soon, or like not for another 15 seconds, and I would have blink by then, or I should if I would chrono it. And then he even catches like the warp in, which is unlucky. So, and I don't have energy for Guardian Shield. So like this attack should fail like 95% of the time, but in this one particular instance it was a big success. So at this point it's pretty rough. I mean, that's a fine trade. 1 stalker for stemming all the units is okay, I think. And even now, like, maybe the game is playable. I'm not sure, actually. I mean, the Colossus is way too late. So maybe going Colossus here was, like, not even the play. Forge was definitely a mistake. I don't know. I should not go Forge. That was kind of dumb. You can see the Forge kind of delayed my Colossus as well. And I also kind of gambled wrong. Like I had a cannon here, and I was hoping he would attack here, but he went here. So it was kind of desperate times here. That's why I built the cannon. Usually you never see anyone build a cannon. But I was just thinking I'm gonna get a move soon, so I need to like hope that things go well. Yeah, here it's just a bloody disaster. Despite this situation, I held on for a good while. I just feel like if these openings went a lot better, like this would be very easy for me to win. Just considering how the rest of the game plays out despite the big disadvantage. Like he made a lot of mistakes, I would say. But he just had some strong openings, so. So this game is pretty much over. There's nothing you can do except pray that he takes a bad fight, and I kind of catch him out here again. But I mean, it's actually a pretty close fight. He's still up 30 supply despite taking a bad fight though, so that's kind of the problem. This side doesn't really matter in the end. And I actually forgot range as well, so that fight could have gone even better for me, I suppose. My last ditch effort was to go Archons here, so yeah, basically I'm just hoping to take one amazing fight somehow. If my opponent just camps and does nothing, then he'll definitely win. But luckily for me, he decided to move out on the map, and that gave me the tiniest of chances. But yeah, if there's no missile turrets here, I can imagine a world where I win this fight, where I might actually win, and then I get 10 zealots in the main, and I might actually win this game. But well, he had missile turrets in his base, and I wasn't able to pay attention to that. So I could have went here maybe, but that wouldn't attack his production. So yeah, that's how that game ends pretty much. And so I dropped to the losers bracket. The elimination match for second place in the group against Cure again, because Cure beat Bunny in the lower losers match. So I think I played Cure on the first map. Must have been Old Republic. So this game went pretty well for me again. I think I just remember having just a very smooth game here. So I don't even remember it very well. I think it was a very crushing victory for me, and I can't even remember what happened. But I just went core first. My prep into this series was to go Nexus before core every game, but after getting caught out by the Marauder in the first game, I was just worried that my death was too late against, if he goes for a Marauder opening, it'd be risky or something. So I just switched back into core first, which is like what I usually practice, so I feel a lot more comfortable in it, and I just feel like I should do what I'm comfortable with at this point. So this is what I play. And he went Marine first, so I know the mine drop is pretty likely. Like some kind of medevac drop is always likely with Marine first. Because, I mean, with Marine first, your starport is just really fast, so you can get like a really nice medevac timing. And he went Marine mine drop, which is pretty standard stuff. And he followed it up with a tank push, which is also pretty standard after Marine mine drop. But I think I just defended everything well, because like first he gets cat out in the middle. Like he doesn't want to drop here, obviously. He wants to unload in my mineral line, so that was the first good part. And yeah, now even the worst part for him now is that I have blink ready, so this becomes pretty terrible for him. Pretty easy for me to defend. And for some reason, he doesn't immediately go for my third base. So my observer sees everything now, and now I can just start camping him. Like if he went immediately for my third, I think I can defend, but it would be harder. It would be like tricky, and there's a lot of room to make a mistake. But he kind of waits for 2 tanks, and that gives me a lot of time to get ready for this. Just pick off units. And this even gives me time to finish this battering, which is also very important. And once you have 11 stalkers, you can one-shot a tank. So that's kind of why I just went in. If you have like not the right number of stalkers and you blink forward, then it turns into a disaster. But if you're enough to one-shot, then it's very easy to defend this team. Which is why the Terran should attack quicker than rather than later. And from here, it's obviously just an easy way to win. Like after a failed tank push like this, you can just take 4 bases, go forge, macro up, and hit a timing that your opponent should not be able to defend. So in this game, I could have actually went for a quicker timing before he had stem. It's like just a bunch of charge lots or something. That probably would have worked. But it's whatever. And the reason why I'm not ready for his move out here is because this move out makes no sense. This reminds me of the game on Taito that I was just talking about, where he was on the map. Like, this timing doesn't make any sense with a bad early game, in my opinion, because the toss should just have way more units, and you could very easily take a losing fight here. So basically, like, I don't actually care that I'm out of position in this case, because I can give up the 4th, and as long as I take a crushing fight here, like, I should win the game, because his whole army died. My 4th base is not nearly as important as that. So I'm just flanking him and waiting for one more warp in before going in. And yeah, he just gets crushed here, obviously. And he gets into the death space, which is probably his best play, so it's like kind of well done by him in some sense, but it's gonna be hard to defend at home when you have the rest of your army over there. And as long as I keep track of what's going down here, it should be fine. And luckily I kept track of it pretty well with the stalkers. And then at the front, it should be easy to aim move this. I even went for Archon timing. Like, when I have no 4th base, I have to commit, so I may as well go Archons in this case. And he's going 2-2 4th base. Like, this is so greedy by him. When he just killed my 4th base. Like, he knows he's already ahead economically, and like, if we wait 5 minutes into the game, he's going to be way far ahead, but he should know that it's not reasonable to go that further ahead, because you're just going to die. So that was, I think, an unreasonable macro decision by him. And he just gets A-moved as a result. And yeah, we don't have to watch this once he loses third base. Obviously, he's dead, and it's not like I'm 100% all in. So he kind of copes for a little while longer, but you can see that I kind of wait for him to take the fight instead of me taking the fight, because I have time on my side. So that's it was a pretty solid victory. I don't think there was any mistake from me, other than maybe my battery at the third base was a bit late in case he attacked quicker. So I think I should get the battery at the third a lot quicker. But I think it's more important we look at the next 2 games, because I do lose the next 2 games. So I'm like 1 map away from qualifying, but unfortunately I kind of threw. I wouldn't say I was like nervous or anything, but I think in this particular game I got unlucky with the eBay block. I'm not sure if he does this on purpose, but his SCV, like, I scouted for an eBay block, but his SCV was just like so late. Like, usually the eBay block is way quicker than this, right? But he maybe intentionally brings it super late in case I scout for an eBay block. And now I'm like kind of annoyed here because I have to take a really bad base. I think in this case where he's left it at only half HP and it's like super late, I should try killing it with probes instead of taking like this base, because this base is terrible. And I lose a probe for free. So this is like a pretty awful start. So I think I should just go for the eBay in this case. When he goes for a super late eBay to avoid my scout. And I still scout it pretty quickly with my probe on the low ground. Economically this is okay, but this is going to be trouble for me later. So that's a concern that I have here. Honestly, this went pretty well for me here. Like, I kind of contained him here. I didn't really have to let him land. That was just a mistake. I don't know why I let him land. I mean, he's not building a CV anyway, so whatever. And it's obvious he's gonna go for a mine drop at my third, because I already scouted the mine. And like, what else are you gonna do with the mine in the early game? So I already know this is a mine drop. So that's why I have stalkers waiting here. This is like the natural path for the medevac, obviously. And I can keep harassing at the front. And I think I managed this decently well. And then I recalled to deal with a mine drop. I think it's okay. But maybe I could have just kept on being annoying here at the front. Like maybe, like if I have infinite APM, then that's definitely the play. In this case, I decided to just go for a very clean up. And then I went for 4-gate blink. So this is actually, like, I think 4-gate blink probably does kill him here. But at the same time, like, you have to play it really well. And it just, like, if you mess up, and you're just, like, so far behind, right? So, I don't think, I think I should have just played my usual game, where I would go, like, third base. And I would be completely happy with my position, right? Instead, I go, like, for 4-gate blink. And things can go badly here. I just don't think 4-gate blink is a good build anymore, to be honest. Like if there's a map to do it on, this is the map. But you can see how good Terrans have gotten at like their building placement. So this just puts me like, and I still have to deal with like this annoying mine drops. So, like if I play this build perfectly, I'm sure it's fine. But I'm not like the best 4-gate blinker to begin with. So I don't think this was a good call by me. I think I could have warped Blink 4 stalkers into the mineral line. I could have killed like 2 or 3 workers. You can see like his supply is pretty good compared to mine, because I'm really not getting anything done here. So this is a failed 4-gate blink. This is just a bad call by me. And from here, I'm just playing like from slightly behind. It's not the end of the world. And he even wastes a scan, which is kind of nice. I mean, I should be fine in this game. He's going for like a pretty standard build, and I'm going Colossus, which is like, it's nice if you can get away with Colossus, which I did in this case. But like for some reason, I'm supply blocked, which is really important because I want to start my second Colossus ASAP. So that was obviously a big mistake. So I'm like making some mistakes here for sure. And now this push just doesn't seem that scary. I have only 1 Colossus. I could definitely have 2 Colossus here already. If I have 2 Colossus here, I'm not sure I A-move him, but like I would have potential, right? I don't have any potential anymore at this point, so I probably should have just went for it. Like maybe I can win. I think I do go for it after 1 more warp in. But I think I was waiting for Guardian Shield, so I think that's okay. So I did just send it, and I'm not sure this is gonna work, but like I don't have a 4th base, so I just have to kind of commit. And I target the Marines, which is kind of ballsy. Kind of works, but it also kind of doesn't work. And I killed all of his workers. But I think he just barely survived, unfortunately. Like maybe if I microed my Colossus back at some point. Like at some point I send my Colossus back. And just go in for a second fight. Like I killed a bunch of Marines here, right? I'm very happy with this. But now it's getting harder to kill the Marines. They look juicy, but he's microing really well, so I should probably go back earlier and just be happy with all the SCVs I killed. And if I keep like 1 Colossus alive, then I don't have to worry about his counterattack as much. In this case, his counterattack just kills me, so I think I think he eventually counterattacks and kills me. Yeah. Okay, maybe he waits longer. I don't remember. I just remember getting counterattacked at some point. But he doesn't have to, I guess, because he's actually still ahead in eco, and he has +2 on the way, and he has more workers than me, so it makes sense. So I think I just have to go again, and that's what I do. I get counterattacked after I lose this fight very badly. You know, I think I can win this fight. I think he messed up here really badly. Like this is not ideal that he has to pull every worker here because of 3 Zealots. I'm obviously down 20 supply, which is like pretty disastrous, but his 2-2 is not kicked in yet. And this is like very weird way. Like I should just be backing off here, I think. Somehow. I should find a way to back off. Nah, I mean maybe it's just not possible to win, I don't know. I even had Zealots here. Now if I backed off, these Zealots would have done enough. I should have found a way to back off. and just give up the 3 zealot, like send the 3 zealots back here and go back with my main army, and these 2 zealots will force him to go back eventually. And it would have been maybe doable. Of course, he's still very far ahead, but he lost so many workers. Here, I need to pull all my workers, definitely. I don't know if I did, but I should pull all my workers, and then... Okay, actually, I took this fight too early as well. Man, this game was actually winnable. This game was way more winnable than I realized. But like here, even here, I would have a small chance to win. Like, I'm obviously very cooked. But, like, I have the tiniest chance. There's like an Archon. I can pull my probes. His 2-2 is not done. He has like pretty much all in on 33 workers. Like, I want to save my Robo because I have a Colossus on the way, obviously. So I do need to fight. But as soon as he goes back here, I do have 2 flanking zealots, so that kind of forces me to commit here. But maybe I can go back as soon as the flanking zealots are dead. But instead I keep going. I have a nice... Like, what I'm imagining here is that after I lose my flanking zealots, I go back. And then I pull the boys to defend, and then maybe there's like a 1% chance I win. But okay, I mean, it was obviously not a game that I was supposed to win, so... And we go to the final game. This was very long game. It was a late game. And I think this game is a good example of how not to push a lead. I think in this game, I just played for a late game because, like, this is a very defensible map. Okay, maybe we should just watch first, but I went for Ista Scout because I didn't want to deal with eBay block or proxies or anything. So I just scouted immediately, and I saw he went 2 gas here, which is perfectly fine by me. I think I defended 2 gas really well, actually. Like, I legit lose 0 workers, and he went like 3 Ripper, 2 Hellion. So this is like the kind of start that you would dream of in the final match of a GSL. Like, I had a really nice force field, and if you look at units lost, he lost 300 resources to my 0. Like, I could just take a quick third here, which is exactly what it is. So I think that's like 100% correct. But if you just imagine, like, I'm up 300 resources, like, the best way to utilize that fact would just be to take a third base. So that's what I do. And this map is also bad for like 4-gate blink or something, so I wouldn't do that. And I even know about his mind drop here. That's why I had 2 stalkers here. And I saw his medevac. So everything's going very, very well here. Eventually he finds a way in, but I mean, you're always suspecting that the Terran eventually finds a way in, and I'm not unhappy with this. I lose 3 workers for the mind drop. Like, it wasn't a perfect defense, but it was good enough, I would say. And you can look at the supplies as, like, obviously I'm doing well. I even scout the third base here with my stalkers, I think, or with an observer. I don't know which one, but either way, I definitely have seen the third base. And okay, I shouldn't have allowed the Hellions to get more value. That was my mistake. But it's still okay. I'm still winning the game. And at this point, when I see that he has a quick third like this, like, I need to obviously respond. And my response is to go double forge, which I think is okay. Like, you could also just take a 4th base here, and that's also fine. But I just went for double forge instead. I think it's also fine. And then I went for a pretty quick 4th behind it. So this is like... Okay, I need to get my upgrades started first. And then I can take my 4th base. And obviously, like, I don't want to attack when I have, like, all these investments that are not being utilized. So that's why I'm just chilling here. Getting stuff like observers, just useful stuff for, like, a later game. And he's, like, investing into liberators to defend tanks, like mass tank defense. So it makes sense that I should not attack into this. But I think first my mistake is to go storm here. Like, I'm not sure if I was aware that he was continuing to produce tanks and stuff, but I think against tanks you don't really want to go storm. Like, it's okay, but maybe the better play is to go like a 90 worker mass gateway style, because zealots are very good against tanks and stuff like that, and storm is not that great against tanks. So I think that's like maybe like where things started going a bit more difficult for me. And I think my 5th base could even be quicker than this, but okay, I still take it at a pretty reasonable time. Like 9 minutes is a great timing for a 5th base. And I even have like a 4 gateway here, which I think is a really good play. I should also have one over here. And just really start to contain him. Okay, I need to find a timing on his 4th base, basically. It's very important. And his army looks very trash. Like, imagine I went Gateway Man here instead of Storm. Like, his army is very good against what I went for here. I think he is aware that I like to go Storm in these situations, which is why he did it like this. But if you imagine that I'm already maxed out because I didn't invest in Storm, then there's no way he's getting his 4th base up. And he still like is lacking missile turrets for Board Prism, which will be hard to deal with. So there's a lot of like weaknesses for him here if I had gone for just the Zealots. I think the only issue with Zealots is if they go for some kind of big bio, like very late ghost play. It can get tricky, like trying to find a good attack on that, because like mass Zealots versus mass bio just doesn't go well. But in this case, he doesn't have the bio count because of what he went for. He went all for like all these mech units and stuff. But okay, I mean, it's still perfectly playable for me. But he's obviously given a chance now that he's got his 4 space down for free. Like, I need to like, these Storm, like High Templar are like actually useless. Like, as long as he doesn't mess up his EMP micro, there's no way I'm landing any good Storms against this setup. So this Storm investment was just really bad in the end. I can't even imagine what I was supposed to do here with this army against his setup. But it's a lot easier if I had maxed out a bit quicker. So I don't like going Storm. I would say I probably won't go Storm in this particular situation where they're just camping. I think it's, yeah, I don't think I would go Storm against 6. Like, if I scout he has no gases or something, sure, but like even Archon, nah, not Archons, but yeah, just mass Zealot would have been great here. And now, honestly, I'm losing this game already. Like, even though I have a great eco and I'm investing into everything that I need to, like, because I don't have a timing, the game is kind of difficult for me. Especially on this map where you just can't attack at all against tanks and stuff. And this sensor tower is also like the biggest cheat code in the world on this map. So yeah, at this point he's getting his 5th base up and he's maxed out, so like I can't even like prevent it. And you see that I even stopped building High Templar because like, what am I gonna do with them? Maybe I should still keep building a few, but this game is already tough. And he's even like attacking into me very confidently with like half of his army like not even present. And yeah, he made a lot of mistakes honestly against the disruptors, which gave me a tiny chance. We can kind of skip this. I think like he managed to get on the map and I don't have much to do with it. But I eventually defend, but I lose a base, stuff like that. So just, you know, better than just like losing my entire army and losing the game, of course, but yeah, these interactions are not too interesting in my opinion. They're fairly predictable. Like, once I just have to wait till I max out and give up everything in the meantime. And like luckily for me, he kept on making a lot of mistakes. But unfortunately in late game, this is where Terran, you know, does have the upper hand. So in this particular case, he's allowed to make some mistakes. And I think this mothership play was interesting. It was interesting. I think it worked out pretty well. And he doesn't know like where to defend, right? I could recall or I could just go in. And yeah, I think I just went in, which was the right call because his units weren't even here. This like completely baited him and he lost all of his liberators. And I can really just kill this base right now. Like, it's such a missed opportunity. Like, I could have killed the base and zoned them out with disruptor balls, but I gave him too much respect there. So that was unfortunate. But okay, I can remax and do the same move, basically, which is nice. and decent disruptor shots as well. A lot of like really good disruptor shots this game, but his supply still looks very good, so it's not like he's in trouble because of that. I need to just keep attacking the left side here, and then um, making him concerned about the mothership at the same time. But instead, okay, I went for this exchange, which is nice. I don't think it's a mistake. Now there's like another opening in his defense, basically, that I can attack later. But these High Templar, once again, are also very useless, because I don't have an Observer with this army, so he can just cloak and like EMP all of them. And also just like, yeah, I mean, just these High Templar feel useless in this kind of army. And I don't know why I grouped up. Like, there's the mothership supportive abilities are nice, but they're not nearly as important as me using this recall abuse. So, you know, here, yeah, obviously he needs to be concerned about my recall, but it looked like to me he wasn't very concerned about it. So I go for the recall, and I was right. Like, his army is pretty much out of position here. I saw a comment suggesting I should zone out the ramp with disruptors right away. Looking at this now, I think he's right. I would have to know where his army is, though, because like there's a liberator here. So first I need to take care of that if I want to send my disruptors to like guard the ramp. So I would need to have vision, because if his whole army is here, then I can't just blink in and kill the liberator. But his army wasn't there, but I didn't know that. So I think like, while the comment is correct, I would have to have map packs for that to actually work out. And yeah, I also made a big mistake here. I forgot. Like, while during all that, I was not able to pay attention to this. So yeah, I just lost a big arm, and now the game is pretty much over. I should just try to base trade here, which is what I do, which was nice. It was the correct call. But I mean, you should always try to base trade a Terran if you have more bases in them. But obviously, this is too good for him. And yeah, I do max out, but like my max out army is always going to be weaker, so it doesn't really matter. And he also has infinite scans to make sure he doesn't get caught out at any point. So I think like I need to make sure that I have a timing for when they land their fourth base. Like, if I do go for Storm, I think it's okay as long as I have the timing before they land their fourth base. But in this case, it's too late, because I just wasn't quite far ahead enough to make that happen. So yeah, in this case, I probably should not play Storm. And obviously this game is over at this point, so okay, I mean, I think I had a good chance in every game I played in this group. I don't think my opponents, like, you know, had like a particularly huge outplay on me in any of the games. So that's like a good sign for future games, in my opinion. And I think I could have, like, this is a very rare situation, of course, but I think I could have used my mothership a lot better. Like, I should have kept on, like, I want to attack here, definitely, because if I have a mothership here and then I'm attacking here, like, it's very annoying for him to split up his army in such a large distance. It's like the maximum difficulty for the opponent, basically. So my decision to like come back to attack this, like, I created a weakness here, which is probably why I decided to attack here, but I should be attacking, still should be attacking here, and later I can like run by zealots here if I think I can, because I killed like his liberator and tank here. So if I want to use this weakness, I shouldn't use it by like moving my entire army there. That's a poor decision. So yeah, I think I could have done a lot of things better, but it was a close game. That pretty much wraps up my review of my GSL group. I know I went through it very quickly, but there were a lot of games to cover, so that's why I decided to go just through like the main points, and I'm kind of just reviewing it for my own sake as well. So this is like how I would review my own game if I were to just studying, and I obviously should be watching my own GSL games because it's very important. So this is not, yeah. So this review is not exactly like made to teach amateur players, but rather just my quick thoughts and what I should be doing better for next time. So, yeah. I'm gonna review some other GSL games that I didn't play, like Classic and Heroes games and Zound later. So, yep. And if you're watching the stream, but you missed most of it, I'll post this to YouTube, so you can watch it there as well. Okay, bye bye.